What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a video where we just finished up trying to survive in our truck topper camper for 7 straight days. To say that I have a newfound respect for all the van lifers and people that live in their cars and on the road all the time is such an understatement, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, after 7 days, I had fun, but I also had my fill. Y'all check out how the first part of this trip went. Captain's log 1. Yeah, it's just 1. Captain's log 1. First night in the truck topper camper, feels kind of good. I'm at a rest area on I-75 South, headed down to South Florida to do a little bit of fishing. Got a wedding tomorrow. Gonna knock that out. And we're about to have some fun. Y'all, we're doling out life lessons here on the Cameraman Ron channel on this trip. 5 deadly terms used by a woman. Fine, nothing, go ahead, whatever, that's okay. And your bonus word of the day, wow. All right, first meal in the new truck topper camper is a roast beef sandwich, Gatorade, some barbecue Pringles, and probably a Pop-Tart for dessert. We do what we got to do, living this road life. Got the bed all jacked up, all my food's in there, coolers in the front. I got all the blankets piled up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it was pretty cold last night. I thought I was fixing to be the first ever human being to freeze to death in the state of Florida. Got down to like 31, but I had plenty of blankets. And Sarah asked me before I left, she's like, you want to take the heated blanket? I'm like, nah, I'm going south, I'll be fine. I didn't make it far enough south to be fine, but I lived. Definitely not waking up cold this morning in no truck topper. The first night was bitter cold. You guys saw that, and we made it through that wedding. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate Griffin and his lovely fiance having me down to work their wedding. Had a blast. But after that, we got to go fish a little and then traveled on down to the Florida Everglades. Y'all check it out. Waiting on my net, man. It's all good. Just waiting on the net.
That's a nice one.
Oh, that's a pretty sheep's head, guys. Woo! That's a good one right there. Heck yeah, man. Thank you. Guys, we are fish on again. Are you kidding me right now? I tied on the artificial so that I could mess around with that for a minute. And then I ended up catching 2 fish like back to back. This one might not be too bad, guys. Wow, that's another peacock. Oh, that's a good peacock bass, man. That is a good peacock bass, guys. So I'm stealth camping at Buc-ee's in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I'm within an earshot of Daytona International Speedway. We're only about 2 weeks until the Daytona 500, and I hear cars going around the racetrack. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I've been here for about an hour, all tucked away in the truck. Nobody knows I'm here. And I'm like, dang. How long do these cars practice? I'm thinking they're practicing for the Daytona 500, the NASCAR guys, because it's about that time. It's not a practice. January 28th and 29th, they're doing the 24 hours of Daytona Rolex race. So they're going to be racing all night, like right over there. And I can hear them. It's going to be a loud night. 7 days on the road means finding places to shower. And today, that's a Pilot truck stop. Oh, okay, there we go. That was actually way better than what I was expecting. I was not expecting to be that clean, and it was, so hey, thumbs up for the truck stop shower for sure. I'm pretty sure somebody had an uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. That's a fish. That's a fish. Come on out there, buddy. Oh, the biggest snook we've caught all day, and caught it on the green pumpkin paddle tail, y'all. Y'all check him out, man. Man, what a beautiful, fun fish to catch, y'all. fishing with Chris and Kim, fishing with Mike D, traveling across the Florida Everglades was just, it was icing on the cake for this trip. And then we ended up, the very last night, we stayed in the truck topper at Waterways in Englewood, Florida. And y'all just check out how it went. All right, guys, this is officially the last night in the truck topper on this trip. And it's been a lot of fun. And I'll probably get about the best night of sleep tonight. And the reason I've not done a lot of filming inside here is because I need to turn lights on. And I haven't been able to turn lights on because I've been worried about getting kicked out of about everywhere I've been so far this week. Lots of Walmarts with like no overnight parking signs. But tonight I'm actually at Waterways. You guys have already seen the video where we got the new kayak from here. We're actually going to be picking up in the morning and in real time on this, but this is going to go in that video that'll come out later. But I've got their permission to park here, so no stress tonight about getting kicked out under any circumstance, because I have Sam's permission to park here for the evening and to sleep, so I don't have to stress out about getting kicked out. So there's just cords laying everywhere from where I've been like just jumping in here and charging. I had all my dirty clothes in here. I've got those moved to the front of the truck because I got to make room for the kayak in the morning. But the bed has been awesome. Like, I'm not upset about my sleeping arrangements. It's actually slept really comfortable. Aside from being like nervous about being kicked out of places, I have slept really, really good. It's all blacked out with curtains. I have had to do a little bit of management on the curtains because the Velcro strips that we were putting up just wasn't working. I tried some 3M things, those did not hold. So ultimately what I ended up doing, and what I'm going to do permanently, is I took the screws out of the window frame and I actually put the curtain just directly through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take those out and I'm going to use those to hang curtain rods to hang the permanent curtain. So I've learned a lot on this about things I need to do. Kind of what this whole trip was about, was like feeling it out. But it's been a blast. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to get up in the morning and get the kayak and then head back up to Pensacola. Miss Sarah and the boys, obviously. 7 days in a truck topper is a lot. Now, I wouldn't change it for anything, but it is a lot. But I'm ready to get this kayak loaded up and get back home. All right, so y'all know full and well we ain't gonna have a whole 7-day road trip and not make some coffee. So that's what we're doing right now. I already got the water on, but the water this time is not for coffee. Water this time is for my biscuits and gravy adventure meal, y'all. I don't know what to think about it. Like, I love some biscuits and gravy more than anybody else probably, but I'm just telling y'all right now, I don't know about this. I just spilled my coffee everywhere on the truck, but y'all check this out. We're gonna have to see what's up with this. And it cracks me up because I see all these people like making these adventure meals, and they just take like this and then they just pour it in there without like looking at anything. It literally says on the back, you need 1.5 cups of water. Don't guesstimate, guys. Just bring a measuring cup. Now, obviously, if you're out in the woods, you ain't got one, but if you're out in the woods, you probably ain't got one of these either. Let's be 100% honest here. This isn't survival food unless it's the apocalypse and you found them at Walmart 30 years later or something. All right, we got our water boiling. So we need 1.5 cups in our adventure meal. There's 1 cup. And there's our 1/2 cup. We're gonna put that on there and let that keep going. So we're gonna make coffee with the rest of that here in just a minute. After we reseal our bag here. Water's rolling good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Put those on there, let them bloom a little. And we're gonna go with the rest of our pour. I'm only trying to make enough for about 1 cup here, so I don't need a lot. I didn't put very much coffee in there. All right, we're at 5 minutes in. And I'm supposed to stir this real good. I only put the required 1.5 cups of water in there, but it's looking a little watery. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it definitely got thicker. It actually smells really good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all right now. What if I like this? Like, does this make me a bad biscuit and gravy eater if I eat this and I like it? Like, is that a thing? Can you be a bad biscuit and gravy eater? actually really good. There's no way this should be good. This was just a powdery mess when I started. There's no way this should be good, but it is. It's actually really good. And in case you guys were wondering how I was going to fit the kayak in there with all that stuff, I have cleaned up the truck topper bed and got it ready to go for today. I'm going to take the 2 power boxes and the shelf. I'm going to lay them up on the bed, and then we'll be able to slide the kayak in there at an angle right up into the nose of the truck, and she will fit perfectly fine in here. It's too wide to sit side to side with the wheel well, so but we're going to get it put in there, and we are going to make her work. I do want to kind of give you guys the rundown. So we're at 18% on our OPS battery box. We're still at 76% on the Bougie RV. I've primarily used that one, but this has like kept my phone, all my equipment, batteries, all that stuff charged for the better part of almost 7 days now. So super impressed with how these worked out. Definitely got to get a little different system, you know, figured out for charging rather than just throwing cords everywhere, but they're still holding their own really, really well right now. And that's it, guys. That is living in a truck topper camper for 7 days. We slept in this thing. We almost froze to death in this thing. We cooked in this thing. We basically lived in this truck for 7 straight days. Would I do this full time? Absolutely not. Would I make this same trip again? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. This was one of those trips that was just, I'd planned for it. I thought I had a good plan in place, and realistically I did, but it turned out so much better than I could have ever even hoped for. The truck topper turned out even better than I could have hoped for. Had a lot of people come up and like stop along the way and was just asking me about the truck topper camper when they see me cooking on the tailgate. Not a lot of stuff that I missed, I felt like, because that was one of the things about this trip. I figured if I lived in it for 7 days, I would know full well whether or not there was stuff that I needed to add or didn't add to begin with that I was going to need, and really there wasn't. A couple of things that I will mention, and a lot of you guys already commented on this while we were doing the catch and cooks. I definitely need to get something to put on my tailgate for when I'm doing the tailgate catch and cooks. That was probably my most like fun experience on this whole trip, was doing the tailgate catch and cooks. I really, really enjoyed those. Definitely, I would like to have a better plan in place of where I'm going to be staying at night, because some Walmarts allow you to sleep in the parking lot, some don't. All rest areas do. When you're making that bottom loop around South Florida, there's just not a lot of rest areas down there. So once I got down to Highway 41, all the way over until I got back up to 75, there really wasn't a lot of places that I could just pull in and sleep. I really wanted to do like an overnight in the Everglades. I didn't get to do that on this trip simply because I really couldn't find a place to park overnight. Now, I could have went to Collier State Park and got a campsite, but I was really trying to avoid doing that on this trip. But I can't wait to take it out again. We are going to do more of this. I don't know that we'll do another 7-day adventure anytime soon. I don't know that the PYT is going to allow that, because 7 days was a long time to be away from home. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but we're definitely going to be doing some couple-day trips here and there. I got a couple plans in place. I do have one big trip this summer that I cannot wait to take this thing out. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be some familiar faces that you guys are going to recognize. But man, what a trip. What an experience. I'm so glad you guys were along for this adventure with us. I truly hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a great big thumbs up. If you're new here to the Cameraman Ron channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, 2023 style. As always, make sure you find a way to make somebody smile today. It just might change the world. We'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care, and we'll see you soon.